We're in our mid-year, end of semester speaking and listening and writing. And so to review what this is all about, I'm going to introduce and let you know what we're doing here. This is speaking and listening. And everything we're doing here in our groups for speaking and listening is to provide information for your writing assignment that's coming up. Our writing assignment is called ANTS. And we're right now gathering information to provide 3 to 6 yellow key facts that are going to be supported by red support sentences. And as we do that in our discussion group, the first person in the chair, the share chair, which is Dan and to start with in this group, will share what they've learned from 2 videos that we just watched in the room about ants. And when she's done sharing at least 3 facts, maybe 6, then the group at the table and in your group can ask questions or add to. Now, the questions that you add or that you ask or the clarification that you ask for can help her to come up with more information for her yellow key facts to put on her graphic organizer, or his when it comes to Eric and Anthony in this group, right? Now, the things that I'm looking for are here in our discussion groups. I'm looking to see if you in the group are keeping your eyes on her, if you're asking questions at the end, and if you're sharing more information, because as you say something, I want to hear Dan and respond to you to what your comments are. Whatever you bring up, she can say, oh, I can use that, or I don't believe that, I don't agree with that, or you can agree with it and say, hey, that's a great idea, let me add that to my discussion notes, which are at the bottom. You're not at the right place. Get to the right place, kiddo. This is for discussion notes. We'll be taking notes here. Video notes were on the video. Now, discussion notes are as a part of our discussion. And this is where you'll be taking your notes. So, Eric, you already filled up this. This is the wrong place. You were taking notes on the video. If you were to continue that, you're supposed to, written on the back side. Right now, I guess you're going to have to use this part for your discussion notes. Okay? That's where our notes go for discussion, giving you more information, hopefully red support sentences for your paragraph. Okay? All right, you can start.
I learned that ants don't have lungs, and some ants can't see. Some ants make the anthill. Ants have 2 stomachs. Ants can live for 20 years. Ants can't live in Antarctica. Only ants don't nest in trees and in the ground. I'm done. Italia.
Well, you didn't tell. Well, I think that you should add something to the 2 stomach one, because I didn't actually hear that much. Because it's like the ants have 2 stomachs. It didn't tell why they need them.
Kiara. I didn't know. Oh, I did, but I did hear they nest in the trees. I kind of agree with that, but I didn't write it, but I agree with that. Because when Mr. Johnston was teaching us, he said like sometimes they nest in the trees. So I agree. Danny,
I agree with the ants don't have lungs, because that's like telling the people like important stuff about ants. So I think I agree with the lungs too, because I wrote it because I think it's important to make the ants breathe, or else they'll die.
Yeah. I really like everything you said, because if I were you, I would write all of that on mine, and the stuff that I wrote.
You would write all what?
all
say it
the
again?
stuff that he wrote or him and all the stuff I wrote, so I can have like twice as much. Is that it? Well, it's about the two stomach one again. I just want to know because I know why they need two stomachs, but what you didn't actually say what they are for. So I don't really get that.
Yeah.
It's something about
Oh, wait a minute, Anthony. I got to tell you. Now, what you've been doing as the share leader, you've been pointing to people to ask questions, which is really good because they've been raising their hands real nicely, and all that's been going really good. But I haven't heard you really respond to anything they've said yet with your own words. Like Natalia's asked the same question twice, right, about the stomachs of the ants. And she's kind of waiting for you to answer, what do you think about her question? What do you think about her question? Because you just kind of ignored it and then went on to the next person. Now that kind of a thing you should really answer and say, what are you going to do about it? What will you write in your discussion notes about her question? Do you remember her question? What was it about?
The two stomachs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She thinks it's important. Do you? Why? What are you going to write in your discussion notes? Because I don't think you have anything about two stomachs there, right? But she's giving you ideas. Now, what kind of idea are you going to use?
They use two stomachs for their own food and people's food.
Not for people's food. People don't eat ant food, right? Okay, here's what we want to keep in mind, group. All right, honey, Natalia, that was a great question. You know why? Because in my mind, I'm thinking one of your yellow sentences is going to be, ants have two stomachs, right? Ants have an amazing ability to have two stomachs. How many fingers is that? That's a long sentence, right? And then the red support sentence is going to be what she's asking about. The red support sentence you would write is, they have two stomachs because one of the stomachs they feed themselves, and the other stomach they use to save food for the colony. And that would be an excellent sentence to write about. So she's giving you a really good idea right now, but I don't think you picked that up from her to write in your discussion notes. See, the whole point of that is that. So that when you're asking her and saying, oh, what can I do with that information? And let's write it into my report now. So you don't leave here without Natalia helping you, okay? And so that's what we're trying to do in our whole discussion group today, all right? And did you have one more thing to say, honey? What is it?
It's something about the two stomachs. Like, I would write, and I would tell more what the two stomachs are about. Like, the two stomachs are for because they have two stomachs because they want to eat their own food and they want to get food for the other ants. So I would tell more details about that.
You get that? What do you have to say about that? What would you say back to her? Anything? Okay, guys, this is the end of our discussion group for today. I just want to remind you that everything we did today, you're going to need... I don't see any discussion notes on anyone's page yet.
Because we don't have any pencils.
Oh, you didn't bring pencils? All right. Tell you what, you're going to do it at your desk. Anything you learned from the discussion today, when I go to grade this, I want to see it on your discussion notes, okay?
Get to go.
Oh, you haven't discussed yet? Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry.